the thing with academy football is at the end of each season, you're worried if you're going to be kept on for the next season. So it's like jumping through hoops, throughout the ages. You see what I mean? You've always got to be better than what they're bringing in, and they're continually bringing in new players. So he managed to get through all of that and worked his way up to the youth team, and was doing very well, really well. And yeah.
Then he was training with the first team. He was 17 training with the first team, and it really looked like he was going to be given a contract and he had a major injury. Whilst he was training with the first team, he had the ACL, MCL, the meniscus, and the posterior lateral corner. So everything that can go wrong.
4 injuries in the knee.
Everything that could go wrong with the knee went wrong, and it was quite catastrophic in terms of his career. And but he had the best surgeon because it was.
We have to say that Luton were. Sorry to cut.
No.
Luton were very, very good. Amazing. I must say, for a small club with not a lot of money. They got him the best surgeon in the country.
Yeah. Wow.
Andy Williams.
Yeah.
Not the singer, by the way. He passed away decades ago. He did an amazing job on J.O.
reconstructing,
because the injury was very, very bad.
Wow. And he had a year out to recover, and then they allowed him another year after the injury to go back and train and see how, but obviously that was a big blow. And he was he did his best, but maybe psychologically had already kind of moved on. That's what I thought. It was a big shock when he was told by the surgeon. I remember we were in Ali Street, and we came out, and this is a child who doesn't cry. He was crying. He was in floods. And I remember saying, "You're not what you do. You're not what you do." And he really heard it. And but then that was kind of the lowest point, and then it kind of allowed to the whole thing to kind of settle in, and it did. And he he went back, and obviously it wasn't given after the year of going back, wasn't given a contract, but then he was in touch with his resilience. I could see there was a connection with his kind of grounded self, and so he allowed himself some space to see what he wanted to do, because with the other one, when he went off tackle, maybe we talk about it later, but I thought, do you want to go to uni in the States? Do you want to consider doing that with a scholarship? We looked at all the options, and he said, no. I said, do you want to go to uni? Because he had left school at 16. They do, don't they? So do you want us to, get the whole A levels or whatever you need to go? No, I don't want to do that. So it was clear. And is this relevant?
Yes, absolutely.
And so I think we had a gap in which just allowed things to settle. And as parents, you really feel you're sorry, the disappointment and all of that. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if you felt, but I felt he's okay. Let him be. And then after that phase, we started to explore and consider what it could do, and he seemed to be kind of liking the idea of apprenticeship and learning on the job. So we looked into it, and we spoke with different advisors, and then he applied on gov.uk. There is an apprenticeship thing for And there was all sorts of offers for apprenticeship, and he picked and went along, had an interview. They loved him, and he's been there for 5 years. He's done, he has every year he has a promotion. He's like, they trained him. He did the 18 months training, but then in terms of career advancement, they always offer him opportunity to train and to get the degree here and then the certificate there. And he's an incredible, sociable, personable young man, and so he's in the right field. Is doing great.
He's a marketing executive. He is.
Exactly.
That's his title.
And there's another promotion coming up next month. So he's done great. And but it was a very important and phase of his life where you have to you think that something's going to happen for from when you're 5, 6 or as far as you can remember, you're going to be a footballer, and then
this is change.
So
and I mean, that story is just, and it's so inspiring to people, because a lot of people will be going through similar things for different reasons in different ways. But how did you find that? Because, Martin and I sometimes talk about this kind of other career that we have, standing on the sidelines and taking them to practices, and you're so involved in that journey. Did you struggle at all with that? How was that for you guys?
Yeah, it was obviously, to see your son disappointed and in tears is not the kind of thing you want to see. But you know what? I thought of it sort of philosophically, really, because in a way, everything he had been doing at the academies had brought him to this point. It built his character. It built, it gave him the strength, really, to be where he is now. So in a funny sort of way, you're kind of happy that you're very happy because he ended up doing something really good. But I think, academy life is important in that way because it helps to build your character, helps you to interact with others and work in a team, so to speak. He's now working in another team, but everything he did at the academy, I think, has worked towards this. And so for that, I'm really grateful.
Sorry, but what did it mean to you?
To me,
to you, in terms of how did you feel? How did you kind of take it in, the fact that
he wasn't going to play? Well, yeah, you just got to get on with it, don't you? I mean, what am I going to do? Sit there and cry?
You feel?
I felt terrible, but I felt terrible. I feel for him more than anything. But look, life goes on, and you've got to look at it. And as I say, everything he's done prior to that is what has led him to where he is now.